What is going on, my YT Gizang? Y'all already know what it is, man. This is your boy Rio, and if you are new, then welcome to the channel. Now, we got to talk about it today. There's a whole lot of hype going on when it comes to Arch Manning. Yes, indeed. In which they already got him listed as the front runner when it comes to the Heisman race. And not only that, they out here saying that he is the best quarterback since Tim Tebow entered the scene. Yes, indeed. And Paul Finebaum over there at ESPN had a whole lot more to say than just that when it comes to my boy Arch Manning. Let's take a look at it.
I think there's a reasonably good chance that Arch Manning will be sitting on the front row in New York at the Heisman ceremony. That's assuming that his team does what it's supposed to do and compete for not only the SEC, but for the national championship. And I really believe they will. I think Steve Sarkisian, who's one of the most amazing play callers I've ever seen, made a critical mistake late in the year. He was way too loyal to Quinn Ewers, who was banged up and was really ineffective. Had Arch Manning been instituted in the second half of that game, like Nick Saban did a couple of years ago with Tagovailoa, I think there's a reasonably good chance that Texas would have beaten Ohio State and won the national championship. They're very capable of doing it again this year. I believe also that Arch Manning is the best college football quarterback we have seen since Tim Tebow entered the scene in 2006.
Now, I'm going to start off by saying that I don't really agree with certain things that he said when it comes to that statement. Two things for sure. The first thing I don't agree with is him saying that he is the best quarterback since Tim Tebow entered the scene. Okay, now I kind of feel like in that time frame from Tebow to now, there were other great quarterbacks. I feel like it may be two, just two. It could be more, but I feel like right now it's two quarterbacks that I feel like that were better than Tim Tebow. And if you guys got any quarterbacks, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. But the two I got, the first one is Cam Newton. Okay, we all know when it comes to Cam Newton and his skill set, he was definitely better than Tim Tebow. Now, I do feel like that Tim Tebow was a better leader than Cam Newton, for sure. When you look at Cam Newton and how he got kicked off the team in Florida, if you know the story, you know the story. But, you know, when you look at him playing in Auburn, it's just not even close, okay? This man, when you look at the team that he had in Auburn versus the team that Tim Tebow had in Florida, I mean, come on, bro. Like, Tim Tebow had people around him. You look at Percy Harvin and the rest of those guys, bro, he had a whole lot of talent on that team. When you look at Cam Newton, I don't know anybody. I can't think of off the top of my head. If y'all do, just let me know. But I can't think of nobody that really complimented my boy Cam Newton when it comes to Auburn. But all in all, I do feel like Cam Newton was better than Tim Tebow when it comes to college football. That's just me. I feel like if Cam Newton was to stay in Florida, he definitely would have had 2 rings. That's just my opinion. Y'all just let me know how y'all feel about it. But the second person I want to list, and maybe I'm tripping, but did anybody not watch my boy Trevor Lawrence and what he did down there in Clemson? I mean, this man darn near broke all the records in Clemson. And not only that, this guy went out there and won a national championship against that Alabama team, which I felt like had one of the best defenses, period. And he destroyed them like 44-16 or something like that. And then to top it all off, this young man went out there and won it as a true freshman. Okay? Like, come on, man. Look, I digress. I'm going to stop talking about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, though. The second thing that I don't like about what he said, or just don't agree with what he said at that, is the whole situation where he said Steve Sarkisian should have put Arch Manning in the game against Ohio State. Now, this is my thing, okay? Him trying to compare it to Nick Saban and the whole Alabama situation when they played Georgia in the national championship, and then he decided to put Tua in the second half. I kind of feel like, and you know, y'all let me know, but did Sarkisian not do that with Arch Manning when they played against Georgia last year? Did he not put him in the game in the second half to go out there and see what he can do, in which Arch Manning had a great run. He had one good run, but after that, they just stopped him. It was nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing he could do with that Georgia defense. You get what I'm saying? And I think once Sarkisian saw that, he actually realized that my boy Arch Manning just wasn't ready. And, you know, if y'all disagree, then let me know. I kind of feel like he just saw that Arch Manning was not ready to handle that level of competition at that point in time, in which maybe he just decided that he wanted to protect his investment and pulled my boy Arch Manning out and let Ewers run the whole thing out. Because at that point, I can only imagine what would have happened if Arch Manning would have went out there and continued to look bad, throw interceptions, get sacked, not get the ball to where it need to be because of the pressure and stuff like that. I can only imagine how people would have viewed him, excuse me, or started talking about him in that sense, and that's not good. So I feel like Sarkisian understood that, and he didn't want that, so he decided to pull him out. But we all know at the end of the day, all right, we know that Arch Manning is a very good quarterback, and I really like him and cannot wait to see what he do when it comes to this season, because I watched him in high school. I looked at his highlights. This man is a great quarterback. Now, I ain't saying, best thing since Tim Tebow and all that stuff. I ain't saying all that because realistically, we haven't seen what he can do yet when it comes to playing against teams who are competitive. So we just going to have to wait and see. I really can't wait to see him play. He got great supporters behind him, not only in Sarkisian, but in the Manning family. I mean, come on, he's a Manning, all right? His uncles, his dad, his grandfather, they all support him. And I feel like they was all in agreement when it comes to sitting him out for these 2 years, letting him learn the system, go ahead and learn from Ewers and learn how to lead this team to victory. So when he get out there, all he gonna do is shine, man. And that's just what I truly believe. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Do y'all feel like he is the front runner when it comes to the Heisman race? Do you guys feel like he is the best thing since Tim Tebow? Drop them comments down there below, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. I'm gonna get at y'all on the next one. Yeti.